Go.
48-hour art check, round 28. Once again, live remote, so we don't have any intro animation.
Yeah.
Shink, shink. 48-hour art check. Okay.
All right. So as we can hear, there's definitely this is gonna have to be a short one because you have a awake baby to take care of.
Yes, absolutely. Who I will introduce at the end.
Yes, indeed. All right. So stay tuned because you're gonna see an awesome, adorable little boy after
There's
this.
a cliffhanger for you. What do they call that? I can't remember exactly. Teaser?
Yeah.
That's good live television.
You know what? I guess to tease it, we should just be like, stay tuned. There's something very special at the end of this broadcast.
You will not believe what we will show you at the end of this broadcast.
You will never be the same at the end of this broadcast. Okay, so let's get into it. So what did you get accomplished? And let me, while you talk, I'll get it all queued up.
Okay. Yeah, so I drove out to CircWorks Mad Scientist Supply Labs, and we did an Illotalk CircWorks crossover, both of which are up now, so you can check out the live broadcast. Some people were there. It's up on my channel where I talked to Scott Circland about conventions and tips and tricks and warnings and whatever else. And then he had me on his show, and I even stayed a little bit longer just to do some. I stayed a little bit longer to kind of set up some really cheesy looking teleportation stuff that I slapped together in After Effects after the fact. So it's kind of funny. And we just talked about something that I've talked about on my show before, do things robots can't. How my view of the world becoming automated is actually going to be really good for creatives. And then I also drew this little fan art thing. I've been doing this series from Brandon Sanderson books. And that's this one, Astra.
Boom. There it is.
There you go. Yeah. So Astra, God of Colors, great source of awakening. And if you have read Warbreaker, which I know Josh hasn't gotten to that one yet, but if you've read Warbreaker, then you'll get that joke. So there's a little box of crayons, kind of an inside joke for those that have read that book. So those are the 3 things that I've been able to do.
That is incredibly awesome. So let's show these real quick. So here's a little preview of the robot. I still haven't been able to see this one yet, so I'm planning on watching it tonight. And then this I actually watched half of already, and then had to press pause to do our art check. But it's really super helpful and interesting so far. All about Scott's experience conventioning, and Cory asks a lot of really good questions. If you guys are new to like conventioning and stuff, go check it out on Cory's channel. So yeah, and then I can't wait to see this because that just looks like a mad effect right there. So and then God of Colors,
straight out of the 70s, that effect.
It's the best. All right, so so that's awesome. So you got a lot done, man.
Yeah, I mean, not time wise, but yeah, it was pretty good. So
yeah, I mean, I think I would say considering what you're juggling, that's a ton.
Yeah, right.
All right. So for me, I just basically got. Let me pull it up if I can. Okay, here it is. So so this is basically what I got done so far. I've got the first panel inked. I think I had that inked last time we talked. I'm not sure where I was at actually. And then basically the second panel and third panel inked, and I'm actually midway, well, starting the third or the fourth final panel for my comic. So pretty excited about that, getting a little bit done on that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and so I think I'm right where I wanted to be today, because I think that's what I said I would do. So, and then I think I was speculating that well, we should probably get into that in the next thing. So what are your current struggles? I mean, I
Let's
can
do
predict.
plans, and
Okay,
I'll end with struggles.
sounds good. All right.
I haven't thought about my plans, so I grossly underestimated the amount of time I would have, or overestimated. Yeah, overestimated the amount of time I would have. So I was going to do like a sticker stamp where I do like a different sticker every day, and I've been here for a week and I got one done. So that's probably not going to happen. But I'd like to make some progress on some of the writing for that book because I met last week with a literary agent who turned me on to a couple other agents that he thinks might be interested, or at least do that kind of thing. And but I need to get the text done, so I won't necessarily have anything to show, but I'd like to see if I can sneak away somewhere and try to nail down some of the text on that book.
That sounds awesome. So just getting the writing kind of polished and stuff.
Yeah, I've written it a couple times, and I'm not real happy with where it is. I mean, all the story beats in there are there and everything, but I just need to figure out like the narrator's voice. You know, whether that sounds like super formal.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of fairy tales, they seemed very like this formal, omnipotent, unbiased, or whether it's a little bit more playful, down to earth. You know, so unreliable narrator, sort of. I don't know. So you kind of, I just have to figure out the voice and then kind of write it from that style. So far, I've just used the writing as a way to like decide what I needed to draw on what page. So it was more like plotting than it was writing. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So that's kind of what I want to try to tackle.
It's pretty hard with kids' books too because you have less real estate with the writing, and
Yeah.
so that and comics are very similar. I think where
Mm-hmm.
you're dealing with really limited real estate for text, and you don't want to over explain in the
Right.
type because then it distracts from the photo or the picture or whatever you're using,
Yeah.
and and in that case, like that can be a real challenge and kind of the simplicity is really deceptive in that.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Because you want it to be so simple that it's obvious that that's what the line should be. But
yeah,
getting to that point is quite difficult.
yeah, it's amazing. It's one of the reasons. Like I think like Sendak is one of those guys who most kids book writers like really admire. And I think when people just look at his art, especially early in art school, I mean, it's super impressive. He's an amazing artist.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's also just the writing and the flow and kind of beauty of his writing, like the tempo of it,
Yeah.
that really is why Sendak is like Sendak, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough, man. But anyhow, if you need a second pair of eyes on it, man, just shoot me your drafts and I'll look over them.
Cool. Yeah, I'll take you up on that for sure.
Yeah,
That's
because
great.
I can be pretty picky and also English
Good.
major family, so I'm good at catching spelling errors and
Awesome.
stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
that's great.
but yeah, so for me, my plan is to finish this last panel and finish this page, and so I'm pretty stoked on that because like every page I get done at this point is just a slow march towards the end of this book, which is
Yeah.
kind of exciting. But I also get excited about finishing these pages because of the way I set it up, where I have thumbnails that are kind of interwoven between each page
Mm-hmm.
rather than having thumbnailed out the whole thing. So it's kept it really fresh.
Yeah.
And I definitely recommend that technique if people have ever tried like a really long form project and found themselves getting really overwhelmed or buried by it. It's I think breaking it up into little feasible chunks and designing it so that you'll keep your own creativity high during the whole process. It's a pretty good. I'm glad I did that. I'm kind of high fiving myself from like 4 years ago or whatever
Yeah.
when I decided to take on this whole thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I can't actually see the chats. I'm not sure why, but my window will not open, and I don't want to mess with it too much because I don't want to screw up the flow of the stream. So if you guys are in the chats, I apologize, but I will read them after. So if there's anyone in the chats, please put really funny things that I can't read now, and I'll read later.
Oh man,
Cory,
there we go.
let's get into struggles.
Okay, let me introduce you to my struggle. Hey, can I have that baby for a minute? I won't wake him up.
He needs to eat more food.
Oh, you want me to wake him up?
Yeah.
I'll wake him up if you want me to.
Yeah, he needs to eat. He needs to finish eating.
Come here, little guy.
Oh, man.
Oh, come here, Floppy. So this is, if I can point his head towards, this is Maddox Logan Kerr. I'm going to put him in the light. Let's see if we can face him towards the light. There we go. He's not eating because he keeps falling asleep. You need to stop falling asleep. Say hi to everybody. Super squirmy.
Hi, Maddox. How
Anyway,
you doing,
this
buddy?
is doing a wave.
What are you doing? That's so awesome.
Yeah, so he's, there we go. Want to say hi?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like falling asleep mid-cry.
Aww.
So anyway, so we have him home with us now, and we have signed papers and everything.
So it's official.
It is on the way to being official. So yeah. Hey babe, can I give him back? Malia, can I give him back? Okay. So yeah, he's so we're kind of we're on the other end of the process, and 60 days from now we'll kind of head down that road. But we're waiting to be cleared to leave the state. So, and he's doing well, and we've hung out with his family a couple times, and they're awesome people. So we're excited. So anyway, he's fun, and he's gonna hold this camera down.
Oh my gosh, he's so beautiful.
Cheers.
Congrats, you guys.
So yeah.
That's
So anyway,
amazing.
so there's my struggles.
Yeah, so for anybody who hasn't had a kid, having a newborn and taking care of a newborn is a massive undertaking. And so the biggest challenge of that is sleep usually, because you're just kind of sleep deprived, and the kid's schedule is just what it is, and you kind of have to work around it. So, you know, best of luck to you guys. And like I said, I'm amazed. Like, I want to be a good art buddy and be like, dude, screw it, no excuse to get stuff done. But I'm like, with a newborn, you know, make sure when you get a window of time, you get some sleep. And then maybe do art too. But try to stay sane and get sleep when you can.
Yeah, he's been pretty good so far. He's a little fussy at times, but his sister Scarlett, my wife is an opera singer, and she passed her lungs on to our daughter, and so when Maddox screams, it's like this cute, quiet little scream, whereas when Scarlett screamed, you had that like echoing resonance that would happen when it kind of exceeds the ability of your eardrum to process.
Yeah.
And you get that wah, 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 and it was amazingly loud. And so he's like screaming at the top of his lungs, and he's healthy, but we're just like, oh, how cute. Whereas when she would do it, we'd be like, what is happening? So I think Scarlett prepared us pretty well, even though that was years ago. It's you know, famous last words. I've had them for 2 days, so
yeah, we'll see as the art check progresses. Wow, awesome. So yeah, that's a massive struggle right there. It's definitely a good struggle, but man, that's gonna be a struggle. Yeah, for me, the only real struggle I've been having is just maintaining the energy when I get off of work, and that's pretty much it. And like, I don't know, like today I managed to get in my workout and do the art and stuff, but it's just like I feel like I'm constantly fighting that beast that's telling you to just kind of call it a day or you've done the work, you know.
Yeah.
But this is why the art check is so good because, like I said, I don't have a newborn, and the amount of sleep and windows of time you get with that are so slim. So
Yeah.
that encourages me to kind of keep going and hit my goals. Because if I don't hit my goals and you do, there's a problem.
We also both need to be really careful that we both don't relax at the same time, because
Yeah.
then the art check will become this thing where it's like mutual laziness. Like, oh, Josh didn't do it,
Yeah.
so
Exactly. Well, I'm going to keep at it. And
yeah, me too.
you keep at it as well. Find windows.
Yeah.
Because it's an inspiration. It's really good. That's cool, though. That's a huge step. I'm really glad to have seen Maddox and know you guys are on the way, almost finalizing it, which is a huge thing.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work to put in that you guys did, and it's cool to see that kind of fulfilled.
Along some different lines as well, I found out why several weeks ago you didn't have any audio on the art check. And so it's a problem with OBS on Macintosh computers. Macintosh doesn't feed the desktop audio to OBS, so you have to run a separate program that captures the audio and feeds it, and then capture that as a source, which sounds really convoluted because it is really convoluted. And so I'm on my PC and it works just fine. I was on Scott's PC and it worked just fine. And then so I looked it up again because I was like, because I've got this Mac laptop with me. And I was like, oh, I'd like to do one of these on my channel. And I haven't had a chance to test it. But now I know what it is. So even if you were to try to run OBS right now, you would have the same problem because you're on a Mac.
Interesting.
And so it's like one of the few things that I've found where the PC works better than the Mac, because I typically prefer the Mac on everything, but this one, I guess there's an extra step. So anyway, a little research I did.
No, that's actually kind of cool. And I think that is actually a disadvantage of Macs sometimes. It depends on the software, because with a lot of the software we use, there's a huge advantage with Mac. But like Adobe, usually like the earlier versions and upgrades are all kind of available for Mac first.
Right.
But anything that's not like Adobe or design related, that's generally is going to be PC. And I'd imagine that would run over to video, because most people doing video with the rendering you need, are going to be using Macs.
Right.
Because you need so much processing power.
Yeah, Apple shot themselves in the foot when they took Final Cut and made it prosumer and moved away from professional, because the whole industry shifted to Premiere at that point in time. And Premiere's can be, since it's Adobe, it can be Mac or PC.
I love it.
So, yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I thought that was kind of cool that I was able to kind of come up with that teleportation effect on the fly on somebody else's computer. He didn't even have After Effects installed, and I just kind of guessed. Like, I was just like, oh, probably do this and maybe do that. And he's like, how do you know how to do this? And I'm like, seriously, I'm just guessing. He's like, no way.
That's so badass.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see it. It'll be good.
Yeah. Don't get too excited. It's still pretty cheesy.
Oh, no. The cheesier, the better. If you're doing teleportation effect, it better be bad.
Right. It's pretty bad. So it works out.
If it's really good, it would actually kind of defeat the whole purpose, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. I'm excited about it. It's just fun to see the interview on your channel. It's been really fun to watch. So I'm excited. Good. It'll keep me company while I'm working on comics. If I can tear myself away from getting I think the latter half of the middle of the second book. So be careful. I might have to swap over to the other series. Is it 3 in each?
I can't remember. I think there's 2 trilogies in the Mistborn and 1 trilogy or 4 books in the Stormlight so far.
Okay.
But then Warbreaker is outside of both of those. It's kind of like a one-off. There's a couple others that are kind of like novellas. But like Brandon Sanderson's novellas are still like 30 hours long in the audiobook. So
nice. It's like making a 200-page mini comic.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
I love it. Or a 40-page children's book.
Yeah.
So that's cool though. Like, so what do you think realistically? Like, I want to pin you down to a goal to like try for, even if you don't hit it.
I'd like to have a complete pass on the script.
Okay, complete first pass. Okay, let's aim for that.
It'd be third pass at this point, but it's a total rewrite. So, yeah. Yeah,
and I mean, like that'll be something to do when you're holding the kid that, you know, if he does have trouble sleeping, it's like, it's possible to type.
Yeah, I can type one-handed really slowly.
Single finger punch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will let you go so you can help out your wife and stuff. And congrats to you guys again. And I am excited about the art check. I'm excited. Next time I see you, I'll have this page finished.
Great. And I will have text to look at prior to next time because I need to piece that together so I can send it to some agents.
I love it. Oh, one other thing, which I just want to tease this because of the fact that we will at some point be able to mention it, but there is some progress with the special project. So we'll see where that goes. But I can't give much more than that, other than there is some progress. So.
We can say it's being tested.
Yeah.
Right?
Tested in front of a live audience.
Tested in front of a live audience. So yeah, that's going to be cool, and we will receive feedback from that live audience, many of which are professionals and all of which know what they're talking about. So that'll be cool.
I love it. I'm looking forward to it. New experience.
Yeah, that'll be great.
All right. Well, get sleep when you can and write that draft. All right.
Okay, will do.
Oh, wrapping it up. Let me see. If you want to check out more of my art, go to quarterlystories.com. You can also check out my comic on Tapas by searching for Quarterly Stories and adding it to your library there. That'll give you notifications on your smartphone or mobile device. It's a really easy way to read comics, and you can zoom in a lot easier. It's just designed for that, so I recommend it. If you want to check out more of Cory Kerr's art, go check out CoryKerr.com. Is that right?
Yep.
Cory Kerr art.
CoryKerr.com.
Yes, it is Kerr. Okay, so CoryKerr.com. And you can also check out both of our YouTube channels by just looking up our names. And that's Cory Kerr with 2 R's and Kemble with 1 K. So other than that, the music was made by No Saboteurs, and that was my bad attempt at the end intro or extra. So we will see you guys on Wednesday.
Okay, see you later.